Welcome back to Limitless Mentality, where we discuss profound psychological truths to help you improve your life. Today, we're diving into 12 thinking traps that are secretly sabotaging your decisions. These mental habits feel normal, even helpful, but they quietly lead you to stress, confusion, and regret. Once you learn how to spot them, you'll start making clearer, more confident choices that align with the life you actually want. Number 1. All or nothing thinking. This is one of the most common traps, and it's incredibly sneaky. It's the voice in your head that tells you if something isn't perfect, it's a failure. If you didn't follow your diet exactly, you ruined it. If you didn't get the promotion, you must not be good enough. Life isn't black and white. Most of it happens in the gray areas. The people who succeed long-term are the ones who allow themselves to mess up and keep going. Progress isn't all or nothing. It's a spectrum, and the middle matters more than you think. Number 2. Overgeneralization. This is when your brain takes one event and treats it like a permanent truth. You bomb one job interview and suddenly think, I'm terrible at interviews. You get ghosted once and think, everyone leaves me. It's like using a single snapshot to define an entire movie. The reality is that life is full of variables, and one moment doesn't determine your worth. But when you overgeneralize, you shrink your possibilities before they even have a chance to unfold. Number 3. Mental filtering. This trap happens when your brain only notices the negative and blocks out the positive. Maybe you gave a speech and everyone clapped, but one person looked bored, and that's all you remember. Mental filtering turns you into your own worst critic. It's not about ignoring the bad stuff, but you have to learn to see the full picture. Train your mind to notice what went right, even when things aren't perfect. That's not delusion, it's balance. Number 4. Mind reading. We all fall into this one. You assume you know what other people are thinking, especially about you. Your boss didn't smile? Must mean she's disappointed. Your friend didn't reply right away. They must be mad. But most of the time, people's behavior has nothing to do with you. They're stressed, distracted, or just human. Mind reading fuels anxiety and robs you of peace. If something really matters, ask instead of assuming. Number 5. Catastrophizing. This is when your brain takes a small problem and imagines the absolute worst-case scenario. You're late to work and suddenly think you'll get fired, end up broke, and lose everything. It sounds dramatic when said out loud, but inside your head, it feels real. The key is to pause and ask, what's most likely to happen, not what's the scariest possibility. Your brain is wired to protect you, but it's not always rational. Don't believe every fear that shows up. Number 6. Emotional reasoning. This one is powerful because it feels true. You feel anxious, so you assume something bad is going to happen. You feel insecure, so you think you must be unworthy. But emotions aren't facts. They're signals. They're meant to alert you, not control you. The moment you start separating how you feel from what is true, you take back control of your decisions. Just because you feel stuck doesn't mean you are. Number 7. Labeling. This is when you define yourself or others with a single word or identity. You know, like saying, I'm lazy, or he's a jerk, or maybe she's just dramatic. It feels quick and efficient, but it really shuts down curiosity. When you label yourself, you stop growing. And when you label others, you stop connecting. Human beings are complex, right? No one is just one thing all the time. If you want to make better decisions, stop using labels and start asking better questions. Number 8. Personalization. This trap makes everything feel like it's your fault. Someone's in a bad mood? Oh, you must have done something wrong. A project didn't go well? Well, you should have worked harder. It puts the weight of the world on your shoulders. And that's not only exhausting, it's inaccurate. Not everything is about you. And even when you do make mistakes, that doesn't mean you're to blame for everything. Taking responsibility is healthy. But taking on guilt, that isn't yours. That's not. Number 9. Should statements. These are those nagging rules in your head. I should be further along. I should always feel motivated. I should never mess up. These expectations feel like discipline, but they're actually self-punishment in disguise. The word should usually means you're trying to meet someone else's standard instead of living your own truth. So, replace should with could or want to. It opens the door to freedom instead of shame. Number 10. Confirmation bias. This is when your brain looks for information that proves what you already believe and ignores anything that doesn't. If you believe people are selfish, you'll notice every act of selfishness. If you think you're not smart, you'll remember every mistake. It's not that reality is confirming your fears. It's that your mind is filtering reality through your fears. To make better choices, you have to be willing to question your assumptions, even the ones that feel safe. Number 11. Comparing yourself to others. It's easy to scroll through someone's highlight reel and think you're falling behind. But you're comparing your behind the scenes to their best moments. Every path is different. Someone else's success doesn't mean you're failing. The more time you spend measuring yourself by someone else's life, the less time you have to actually live your own. Make decisions based on your values, not someone else's timeline. Number 12. Discounting the positive. This one slips by unnoticed. You achieve something meaningful, but your brain says, that wasn't a big deal, or anyone could have done that. You brush off compliments. You minimize your progress. It might seem like humility, but it's actually a form of self-doubt. If you never let the good stuff land, you'll always feel like you're not enough, no matter how far you've come. Acknowledge your wins. You need that fuel to keep going. These thinking traps don't just affect your thoughts, they shape your reality. When you don't notice them, they quietly dictate your actions, your confidence, and even your future. But once you start spotting them, everything changes. You begin to respond with clarity instead of fear. And that's when real transformation begins. Not because your life is suddenly easier, but because your mind becomes your ally instead of your enemy. Which of these thinking traps do you catch yourself falling into most often? And which one do you want to start working on today? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your insights. If you found this video helpful, subscribe for more eye-opening insights. Until next time, keep striving, keep growing, and stay limitless.